Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face while you're sleeping.
Welcome back, guys. Today, we're bringing to you 5 scary ghost videos that will cause insomnia. Beware. Some of these clips are chilling and downright terrifying. But before we do, if you don't want to miss any of our videos, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get notified every time we post a new video. Let's get started. Number 5. Russian YouTuber Dennis travels to a small cottage in the Russian countryside that's been abandoned for over 20 years. It's said that the home was built on top of an old cemetery and that anyone who has ever dared enter the house has experienced traumatizing paranormal activity. Dennis investigates the cottage over several overnight visits. He sets up a camera in the living room and a GoPro in the bedroom. Next to it, he also places a device that measures changes in the surrounding electromagnetic field in the room. He settles down in the kitchen and keeps an eye on the camera's live feed from his laptop. His device suddenly detects a change in the room. Dennis hurries into the house's bedroom to check on the electromagnetic field device. He then hears a sound which makes him spin around to see what's behind him. He just misses witnessing something absolutely terrifying with his own eyes. A dark shadow figure moving from left to right, but his GoPro camera captures every creepy detail. His cameras capture furniture moving on its own. In one of his investigations, Dennis captures a creepy accordion in the corner of the room that seems to just start playing on its own.
Так, мне нужно сейчас будет ИГФ.
Dennis just gets out of there and waits outside for an hour, gathering his courage before he goes back in. But this time is even more disturbing. Now some alert YouTube viewers notice something that makes this particular activity with the accordion even stranger. Did you see it? Right before the accordion starts playing on its own, a dark figure seems to walk towards the accordion and disappear, almost as if it's approached the accordion to play it. Dennis decides to leave. Number 4. Ghost hunter David Bradley from the YouTube channel Signs and Signals goes to investigate a local church at Chester, South Carolina, along with his nephew Eli. The church was built in the late 1800s, and in the early 1900s, ritualistic ceremonies were held on these grounds. David says that many of the people who attended the church claimed to witness strange shadow figures and objects moving around on their own. As they're exploring the dark rooms and hallways of the creepy building, they begin to ask any supernatural being or entity that might be present to give them a sign. To their surprise, something seems to respond. David and Eli were shocked when they heard the sound of a piano coming from the main hall in the church. They immediately decide to go check out the piano. But there's nobody there. They ask the spirit to give them a sign and play the piano again.
Come on, just play the piano one more time for me. What was that? Dude.
This time, they hear the creaking of a door, and when they go to check it, they find that a small storage closet is opened on its own. Even though they don't notice it at the time, a chair that they filmed earlier has now turned around without explanation. They decide to sit in the back of the main hall to keep an eye on the piano, and that's when they capture something downright chilling. Without noticing, they capture something peeking out at them from a room at the front of the church, not once, but twice. David says that he was completely unaware of the shadow figure until he looked back at his footage later. Then they hear some strange noises. without even knowing they recorded it. As they pan across the room with their camera, a dark shape seems to be standing at the back of the room, just watching them. David didn't even mention this capture, and it wasn't reported in the video comments. So, did they capture real paranormal activity at the church? Let us know what you think. Number 3. The ancient Ram Inn is said to be the most haunted building in all of England. The mysterious inn was built way back in the year 1145 on top of a pagan burial ground, and it served as the home to slaves, masons, and workers. In the 1150s, a woman hid out in the building before she was captured and burned as a witch. Years later, the innkeeper's daughter is said to have hung herself in the attic. And, as if all that wasn't creepy enough, the decaying remains of sacrificed children were found buried under the inn's floor. The inn is said to be so violently haunted that when it was sold to John Humphreys in 1968, his wife and daughters absolutely refused to live there. They moved out, leaving John all alone to live in the building. British paranormal investigators from the YouTube channel Dark Territory traveled to the haunted inn to investigate. There, they hear bizarre, unexplained sounds, and one of them feels something touching his leg.
Are you the witch? They call this room the witch's room, so we only assume that you, the witch, you're felt in here.
Did anyone hear the voice a second ago before you said you're felt in here?
No. Witch, you're felt in here. Witch, you're felt in here.
I don't know if it's a voice or it was like a cat.
Yeah.
No warnings whatsoever.
Did you used to sleep in this bed, witch?
I'll tell you, this is the...
Fell something on my leg, man! Someone was on my leg!
Jesus Christ, bro!
Touch me leg. What little room are you hiding in? Come on, show yourself. I'm sure you're not afraid of me and Owen.
Guys, the door just opened.
A door to the attic opens on its own, and the team can't find any explanation for it. Now, since it's always been said that dark spirits and entities supposedly feed off of fear, the team decides to do an experiment to see if the emotion of fear will trigger even more paranormal activity. They tie up and blindfold team member Carl and put him in one of the beds in the bishop's room. The room is said to be the most supernaturally active in the inn. At first, nothing happens, but as time passes, Carl seems to grow more and more impatient, and things take a terrifying turn.
Someone's touched my leg. Someone's touching my leg, bro!
Something's out there.
Are you around me now? You make a sound. What the was that, bro?
What, man?
This something's just fallen off here.
Is that? Someone's touch me, man! What the
Something's wrong with Carl. He's obviously.
Holy shit, man.
We need to go.
You get me the out of here now, Joe! Bro, I just seriously, someone just whacked me, no joke. I heard something being thrown or something, and I was like, come on, and then someone just whacked me, no joke, as if someone's just punched me in the chest. Me.
Carl begins to freak out as he feels something touching his leg, and a candle then falls onto the floor. But the scariest of all, something unseen slaps Carl on the chest. The violent smack was so loud that the audio can be heard on camera. And with that, Carl's done in absolute terror. He frantically struggles his way out of the rope binding his legs and wrists. So did the paranormal investigators capture proof of the sinister? Let us know down in the comments. Number 2, Audie from the YouTube channel Absolute Oddity says that one of his friends was offered a very strange job. Basically, he was offered a large sum of money to clean up the house of a messy man who passed away under very strange circumstances. It gets weirder when the man before his death claimed that demons haunted the house and these evil spirits taunted him constantly. Now, this could all simply be dismissed as the ravings of an unstable mind, but the house does have a haunted history. Several of the previous tenants have also passed away under bizarre conditions. Audie says that his friend got the job primarily because nobody else would do it. So out of curiosity, Audie asks him to film inside the house. Let's just say it didn't go well. The chilling wail of somebody moaning can be heard in the bathroom. Then, out of nowhere, something heavy violently slams on Audie's friend, nearly knocking the camera out of his hand. Audie's friend claims that at the time he didn't hear the creepy moaning at all. He only discovered it later when reviewing the video footage. He flees from the residence and hasn't gone back since. Number 1. Michael from the YouTube channel D-Doc McCall explores an abandoned multi-floor apartment building that is allegedly haunted. Soon after he enters the building, it becomes obvious that whatever lurks in the shadows does not want him there. A small red box slides across the floor and opens on its own before falling over. When Michael checks it, he finds no explanation for how it could have moved. He continues to explore and reaches what appears to be a small cluttered bedroom.
아니야, 잠깐만. 와, 씨. 뭔 소리야? 띵띵 소리 뭔 소리야? 와, 씨발. 야, 이게 만만치 않네 여기. 어디 있는 거야? 이거 여러분들 잡기는 아닙니다. 이거 잡기는 이거 진짜 큰일 나겠는데 오늘. 이거 큰일 나겠. 여러분 종소리가 계속 나요 지금.
A red stool suddenly slides off the bed on its own. Michael rushes over, grabs the stool and puts it back in his place. He's about to leave when behind his back, the same stool falls over. Even creepier, a heavy cupboard then falls over on its side and blocks his path. Michael hears an unexplained bell coming from somewhere inside the room, and then another large cupboard falls. Michael runs. After he calms himself down, he continues his exploration, heading up one floor in the apartment building, and then things get even more horrifying. Did you see it? Michael hears a creepy sound behind him, and when he turns, the bathroom slippers that he captured earlier are now right behind him, almost as if someone or something was wearing them and walking towards him. Michael is moved with fear. He slowly backs away. He hears the same sounds when he turns around a corner, and he's confronted again by another horror. Did you see that? A dark face that looks like a head with hair disappears into a doorway. When Michael runs to see it, there's nothing there. In this next part, Michael sets his camera pointed towards a doorway as he throws some sort of grain or powder around the room. It seemed to work because things take a terrifying turn.
아까 좀 갖고 오세요. 제가 이것까지 뿌리기 싫습니다. 갖고 오세요. 갖고 오세요. 갖고 오세요. When you get 갖고 오세요. 오, 곱게 그만 사람 놀래키시고 갖고 오세요. 오, 곱게 When you get 갖고 오세요. 갖고 오세요. 뭐야? 누구세요? 누구십니까?
A horrible, dark face with long hair can be seen looking straight at the camera. Michael is completely unaware of this chilling event and only gets up after he hears a noise when he pans the camera around the hallway. But there's nothing there. So what was it? And that's where we close it out. Hope you guys liked the video. Please share your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and do so and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. This has been The Haunter, and we will see you in the next video. Until then, keep it creepy.